I hate cleaning aquariums. I like setting up fish tanks that clean themselves, with things like snails, shrimp, and by growing plants that eat the fruits of the fish. But what if I could set up a tank where the fish also eat the fruits of the plants? Small fish tank, no fish, free. This is the kind of listing I love to see. Small fish tank, free to a good home. No light, no stand, no time wasters. Anyway, I picked it up and this is what it looks like now. It had all this stuff at the back for filtration, but I decided I prefer the extra space in a tank this small. You can see I ripped it all out, but I did decide to keep the glass lid because I thought it was quite nice. And since I was ripping out all the filter gear, I thought it'd be fitting to turn it into a tank with no mechanical filter at all. So after I'd spent time cleaning it all up, I decided to get it dirty again. I chucked some garden soil in a sieve and shook it around just to get rid of the stones and twigs. Because all you really need for a filterless tank is a layer of dirt and a layer of something to keep the dirt down. I went with just under an inch of dirt and I put in some water as well to get rid of the air pockets. And of course I put in some sand. About 2 inches is right for a tank this size. I dropped in a piece of driftwood and tried out a few different orientations. This one looked like it was growing out of the ground, and I liked the way the bigger branches divided up the tank diagonally. Though one of the smaller branches reached a bit too far into the foreground, so I snapped it off. Then I used a rock to anchor the whole thing down, and I glued the branch back on so it looked like it was growing over the rock. Because if I didn't glue the wood down, it'd just float when I filled the tank with water. Now, I approached another guy online and I bought some plant trimmings from him for a tenner. But I don't know what they are, so I'm just going to plant them and see what happens. Though I did get 2 plants full price from a shop, because I really want the tank to look like a jungle when it's grown in. So I took the old lid from before and I got some clips to attach it. But it didn't cover the whole top of the tank, so I got a piece of acrylic and I made the other half on my own. I measured one of the pots that the plants came in and I drilled some holes in the lid to match. Then I drilled some holes in the bottom of the plastic pots, so I could take some plants and suspend them above the water. Taking terrestrial plants like these strawberries and growing them in water is a really good way of keeping the water clean, because they grow quicker when they have access to the carbon in the air. But if you put the stems directly in the water, they'd rot very quickly, so I used these clay balls just to suspend them above the waterline. I added a heater because the tank's going to have tropical fish in it, and a desk lamp for some extra light. Now I'm just going to drop in 2 snails and watch how everything develops.